glad that some of y'all are joining us this morning. Hey, New Level B, what's going on? Good to see you on Instagram. So glad that y'all are here. Yeah. Hey, Froze, how you doing this morning? Happy Monday. Let's jump in and start with our affirmation. And it says, today is my best day. Today I will win. Yes, today I fully embrace my God-given gifts and I courageously step on my fears. Today I operate without hesitation, and today I make an impact. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Listen, quick story. It's probably happened to you before, but maybe you've experienced this. You've held a door for somebody and waited for them to walk through, and then they just walked through, heads down in their phone, and they didn't say a word to you. Or worse, their heads weren't down in their phone. They just walked by you like you were their servant, and they didn't say a word. And now you're feeling a little bit yeah. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good emotion. It is a mindset that can transform your life. When you practice gratitude, you shift your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. This simple shift can change your entire perspective and open the doors to joy, success, and fulfillment. Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm Robert Kennedy III, RK3. That's me, the Monday Mindset Movement. 15 to 30 minutes of motivation, elevation, inspiration designed to get you thinking, blinking, rocking and rolling through your week. Thank y'all for showing up today on LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and even Twitch this morning. I'm so glad that you're here. Do me a favor, if you want to get down with the Monday Mindset crew and know when we're live, then text live to 240-557-8679. That's live to 240-55-STORY, and we'll let you know when you're live. Come get some inspiration, value bombs. Let's see who's in the building. Hey, Catherine Roeder, you're not late. You're here. TL Speaks, good to see you this morning. Jessica, good to see you this morning. Froze, good to see you this morning. New Level B, good to see you this morning. Chip, good to see you this morning. Brian, good to see you this morning. So glad that y'all are here today. Let me see. Do I have some confetti? I don't have any confetti this morning. All right, but listen, it's time to jump into this show. Let's get into it. Here we go.
It's time to get motivated, elevated, and accelerated. It's your time to jump out of your comfort zone and reach higher. It's time to get up and go. Grab your cup of grit and your daily dose of resilience. It's time for the Monday Mindset Movement with your host, Robert Kennedy III, RK3. It's time.
What? Yes, let's go. Monday morning, Monday Mindset. Let's go. So glad that y'all are in the house, in the building. Hey, D. Bowden, good to see you. My friends, I'm so glad that you joined the Monday Mindset. Do me a favor. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Well, are you tuning in from Baltimore? Are you tuning in from DC? Are you tuning in from Africa? Are you tuning in from Nigeria? Are you tuning in from Florida? Bless those who are in Florida and Tennessee, those that are going through the end of the hurricane season stuff. Yes, prayers for them. All right, tell me where you're tuning in from. Let's see where you are. Tamika S. Graham, good. All right. I see somebody's coming in from Nigeria. Wow. Awesome. All right. Georgia, I see it. Love it. Excellent. All right. Kansas City. I like it. All right. Baltimore. We got some Baltimores in the house. We got DC. All right. Good afternoon, somebody said. Yes. Thank you, Catherine. Good afternoon. North Carolina, Victor Hugo Sandoval. Good to see you. Hey, if you haven't heard me say it before, the Monday Mindset Movement is about starting up and getting into that powerful headspace every day. It's not just a Monday thing. We bring the Monday mindset to every day so that we can tap into the God-given potential in all of us and win. I love it. Catherine's tuning in from Kampala, Uganda. I like it. Excellent. Well, listen, before we jump in, I want to share something special. If you're looking for a space to supercharge your business growth using public speaking and storytelling, we are launching the Story to Sales Mastermind soon. It's about learning how you can leverage your voice to amplify what you are already building and doing it with others. If you want to learn more, go to storytosalesmastermind.com to fill out your interest form, and you'll get some more information shortly. Hey, guess what? One last thing. We're changing the show time to 7 a.m. Eastern, right? So Catherine in Kampala, Uganda, guess what? You get to join us an hour early so you can get inspired and get fired up. Champions, rise at dawn. All right. Monday Mindset starting next week, 7 a.m. Let's go. All right. Let's dive in. So let's talk for a minute. So you've had this moment where you walk up and you hold the door for somebody, right? You hold the door for somebody and they walk in and they don't say anything to you. Have you ever had that moment? Have you ever had that moment? I've had it several times. I mean, there are some times where you get to the door and you hold the door and it seems like they are taking forever to get to the door, but you're like, I'm trying to do something nice. And so you hold the door open until they get there and they walk in and they say nothing to you. Yeah. What is it about gratitude? Hey, Sabrina, E4 Productions from VA, I see you. What is it about gratitude? What does that do for us? Right? Let's shift the question just a little bit. What happens in our brain when we perceive others as being ungrateful? When we perceive others as being ungrateful, what happens in our brains? Right? We begin to create some labels and some ideas about these people. Right? We say that oh my gosh, these people, they're entitled. They're stuck up. They got a bad attitude. Their mama didn't train them right. We come up with stories in our brains because these people are not showing gratitude. They're not grateful. It shifts our world. It changes how we feel. If I was feeling good up until that moment, the fact that somebody didn't offer gratitude or didn't say thank you changes my moment. Right? So let's flip the question now. So what happens when people are grateful? What happens when people are grateful? What happens when somebody says, thank you? What happens when somebody says, thank you? And they're truly grateful. How does that make you feel? Not just thank you and they keep moving, but thank you and they open their eyes wide and they smile and they say, thank you so much. How do you feel when somebody's truly grateful? I remember several years ago, my wife and I, we went to New York City to celebrate our anniversary. We were just kind of hanging out and we went to see a show on Broadway. After we went to the show, we went to this restaurant called Dallas BBQ. Yeah. They say everything is bigger in Texas, right? We went and we decided we were going to get some chicken wings. So we ordered these chicken wings, and when those chicken wings came out, so actually before the chicken wings came out, we were saying, okay, do we want 6 or do we want 12? After the show, we were like, we're hungry. We could handle 12 chicken wings, not just 12 chicken wings between the both of us, 12 chicken wings each. So I had 12 and my wife had 12, and we said we're going to order 12. So the chicken wings come out. And of course, when we were ordering chicken wings, we thought that there were the little chicken wings like this. You nibble on them and you're finished and you kind of get the meat off the bone. Chicken wings. That's what we thought. When these chicken wings came out, when the plate came out with these chicken wings, have y'all ever seen the Flintstones with the Brontosaurus burgers or the big ribs that are put on the side of the car that tip over the car? Right? These chicken wings were humongous. And as soon as these came out, our eyes were like, oh my gosh, we are not going to finish these. We're not going to finish these. So listen, I made a valiant effort. I ate some of my chicken wings, and there was nothing else. It was just meat. It was just meat, y'all. It was just meat. No veggies, it was just meat. And so we ate this meat, and I ate probably about a half of mine, and my wife ate maybe a quarter of hers. And so what we did was we asked for a to-go plate, and we just put all the chicken wings in that to-go plate. So we leave the restaurant, and as we're walking out of the restaurant, maybe about 10 steps from the restaurant, there was a homeless guy. There was a homeless gentleman on the ground. He was sitting up by the wall. And so my wife looked at me and she said, my gosh, we're going to go back to the hotel. We're not really going to eat these chicken wings. So the homeless gentleman was sitting there, and we asked him, or she said, he asked for money. We didn't have any cash on us. And so she said, I don't have any cash, but do you want these chicken wings? And his eyes opened wide, and he was like, heck yeah. And he said, thank you. And my wife gave him the chicken wings, and we kept walking. Now, that moment stood out in my brain. I still remember it. I still see his face to this day, because I felt like I had made a difference, and I didn't even give him the chicken. My wife gave it to him. But I felt like I made a difference. Yeah, TL says it's vulture wings. That's exactly what they were. Right? I felt like I made a difference, and I didn't even give it to him. See, here's the thing. When other people are grateful to us or around us, we feel useful, we feel powerful, we feel transformational, we feel like we made a difference, we feel like we are living out our purpose, we feel purposeful, we feel our feelings change when other people are grateful. When a child looks up at you and says, thank you, we feel a certain way about ourselves, and we're like, oh my gosh, a child is such a great child. They're grateful. Right? Said differently, if I say it a little bit differently, gratitude changes the way that we look at the world. Right? Gratitude changes the way we look at the world, just like a lack of gratitude shifts the way that we look at the world. Now, if our world shifts when other people are grateful or exhibit gratitude, what about when we are grateful? There's an author, Janice Kaplan, in the book, The Gratitude Diary. She says, gratitude is not the same as happiness. It has deeper resonance. She says it requires an active emotional involvement. Gratitude requires an active emotional involvement. You can't be passively grateful. You actually have to stop and feel it, experience the emotion. So that creates an inner richness that's sustaining in difficult times as well as good ones. Right? She says gratitude requires an active emotional involvement. You can't be passively grateful. So if I saw this homeless gentleman eating the chicken or the vulture wings, as TL Speak says, he might have been happy in the moment that he had the chicken and that he was eating. But because he chose to be grateful, because he chose to be so visibly and outwardly grateful, it changed the both of us. It changed the both of us. It shifted his world. It shifted my world. I was like, whoa, wow. He's so grateful. He's so happy. It did something for me, his gratitude. And he was the one that was in a, I would say, not as good a situation as me. But because he was so grateful, it shifted my attitude and my moment. Gratitude shifts more than just you. If I change your world for the better, even for a moment, if I change your world by being grateful for a moment, then it changes the entire world for a moment. Gratitude changes the world for the better. So being grateful is not just about you being thankful and making other people feel good. Being grateful shifts how you perceive everything else that happens in the world. I love what Patrice is saying here. Patrice says gratitude extends the shelf life of happiness. I love that. I love that. Thank you, Patrice. Yeah, right. I absolutely love that. Gratitude changes how you operate daily. We have a practice in our house. We get together on Friday evenings. For those of you that are have religious practices, we have what we call our family worship on Friday evenings. And we have a practice, and we get together. And the first thing that we do when we get together is we ask, what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? And we have some rules. We got a few rounds. It wasn't just like one, I'm thankful for this, and that's it. We've got a few rules. And so here are the rules. One, your gratitude has to be your own. So if daddy says, I'm grateful for this, or I'm thankful for this, you got to find your own gratitude. It's got to be something different. Right? That's one rule. Second rule is you must find something new to be grateful for every round. So if we do 3 rounds, you can't be grateful for the same thing you were in round 1, right? You got to be grateful for something new. So that's the second rule. And then the third thing is we challenge ourselves to be grateful for something that we weren't grateful for the week before. That's a practice that we have, that we go through in our house, right? Because every time we do it, sometimes we try to find a ridiculous thing to be grateful for. So a lot of times when people say, I'm thankful for health, I'm thankful for life, I'm thankful for large generic things. Sometimes we're like, listen, I'm grateful for that soy sauce that was put on that meal. That was everything. Right? And that it changes the mood. It changes the atmosphere. It changes your emotional feeling. The other day I was walking and I challenged myself for the last part of my walk to be grateful for the rest of the walk until I got home. Not just thinking about gratitude, but out of my mouth saying, I'm thankful for, nonstop, the entire way. I'm grateful for the grass because the grass is green and there's oxygen that comes from the plants, and that allows me to breathe. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for this neighborhood. I'm grateful that I'm able to see the sunshine. I'm grateful for the clouds. I'm grateful for the clarity with which I can see. I'm grateful for the engineering and the architecture and the genius which took place in order to create this development or this neighborhood that I'm able to walk in. I'm grateful for sidewalks. I'm grateful for the animals that are in our neighborhood. I'm grateful that there's nature, that there are deer that I can see. And the entire way, I'm saying I'm grateful for stuff. Do y'all know when I got back home, do you know how fired up I was? Because gratitude shifts your world. Gratitude changes your environment. It changes your environment when you offer gratitude. It changes your environment when other people offer gratitude to you. You can't always control what other people do. You can control what you do. And if you want to shift your world real quick, one of the best ways for you to do that is to be grateful. So if you want to have a good weeks don't happen by accident. They happen by intention. Right? T. Harv Eker used to say, success doesn't happen, or life doesn't happen by chance. It happens by change. So if you want to have a good week, that doesn't happen by chance. It happens by change. That doesn't happen by accident. It happens by incident. It happens by intention. So here's the homework. Y'all know I like to give a little bit of homework every week, right? And so your homework is this. Here's the first piece of homework that I want you to take on. I want you to take on gratitude. So right now, right this moment, I want you to choose 5 items that you are grateful for right now. If you can't think about them all right at this moment, here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down, put a topic on the top of your paper, and then as soon as the show is ended, write down 5 things you're grateful for. That's number 1. And then number 2 thing that I want you to do is set a time on your calendar to be grateful later today and tomorrow. I want you to schedule your gratitude. I want you to schedule your gratitude. As a matter of fact, do me a favor, write this in the chat. Write it in the chat right now. If you're whatever you're grateful for, I want you to start off by writing something in the chat that you are grateful for right now. I see you. I see you on. I see you, D. I see you, Patrice, TL, Victor, Judith Schneidman. So good to see you. Catherine Roeder. So good to see you. Go ahead. Write in the chat what you're grateful for. E4 Productions. Good to see you. Supernatural Touch. Good to see you. Pawar 6354. These Instagram names. Yeah. So good to see you. Tamika S. Graham. So glad that you're here. Right? Froze 45. New Level B. Go ahead. What are you grateful for? Go ahead and write that in the chat. I want to see some of them. Right? Let's start our day off with this. What are you grateful for? Let me tell y'all, gratitude is a world changer. Gratitude changes your world, and it changes the world of those who you are grateful to. Yeah, I like it. D says, I am grateful for this moment. I like it. I like it. Victor Hugo Sandoval says, I'm grateful for my family. I like it. I like it. Keep them coming, right? Gratitude changes the world. So my question for you today, before we jump out of here, is, do you choose to change the world today, or do you want it to stay the same as it is? Especially in this charged political climate, right? Especially in this political climate where it's charged and there are so many different things and there's division and there's all sorts of crazy. What do you do? Well, there are 2 things that I want to encourage you to do. Number 1, get out and vote, y'all. Let your voice be heard. Get out and vote. And then number 2, choose gratitude. Choose gratitude. There is always something to be grateful for. I don't care what's happening in your life. Yes, life may not be good all the time. Life may not feel great all the time. Life may not give you all the things that you expect or want. Life may throw you lemons sometimes. But there's always something to be grateful for. Right? D. Bowden says, I'm grateful for the Monday mindset and the great gems shared. I love it. Thank you so much. TL says, grateful I was reminded of being grateful in this podcast. Hey, I love it. Catherine says, I'm grateful for the gift of life, God's provision, my health, my networks, and the ability to have eyes to see and hear this growth space. I love it. Jose 45 says, I'm grateful for my kids. They're all special in their own way. I like that. Tamika S. Graham says, I'm grateful for the gift of the Holy Spirit. I love it. Thank you all. Listen, this is so grateful. I know in me just reading these gratitudes, tell me it didn't shift your world a little bit. I dare you. I dare you to tell me that nothing happened when I read these gratitudes. I dare you. Be grateful. Find something to be grateful. Choose gratefulness. Choose gratefulness, and you'll see how it shifts your week, how it shifts your day, and how it shifts your moment. Listen, y'all, that's it for this week. To know when we are live next, text LIVE, LIVE, to 240-557-8679, and I'll let you know when the show is going live. LIVE to 240-557-8679, and I'll get you that link. Remember to check out the Storytelling and Selling podcast each Monday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to know when we're going live, you want to be reminded, text podcast to 240-557-8679 and I'll get you that info. Also, if you're a real estate pro, small business owner, you want to learn more about how to grow your business through public speaking, then get locked in with the Story to Sales Mastermind. Head on over to storytosalesmastermind.com to share your interest, and we'll send you more info soon. I want to end with this today. Janice Kaplan in the Gratitude Diary says, researchers have found that people who write down 3 things they're grateful for every night or even a few times a week improve their well-being and lower their risk of depression. Remember, gratitude isn't a feeling. It's an action, and it works best when you express it. Hey, y'all, it's Monday. We want to shift your mindset to a place of growth. It doesn't just start and stop on Monday. We want to encourage you to take your Monday mindset into tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Be curious. Make a choice. Move. Start a movement. Be a movement. Join me next week, Monday at 7 a.m. on Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn for the next Monday Mindset Movement. Hey, y'all, until then, be amazing, my friends.